Hello, welcome. There we go. Thank you. It's an old animation of mine when I was using a different form as my Sona. At some point, I gotta update it at some point or another. The slight funny thing, apparently on like my Twitch side, it's the anniversary for my affiliate, so that's kind of funny in some manner way. But yeah, hopefully today, so let me start the game up. There we go. But let's see if we can tackle the boss today. I'm honestly not quite sure if I can or not, but we'll see. Cause we ended things off on Friday with finally getting to the back to the archives with with a new set of armor and so forth. So the big hope is us handling the boss a lot more better than last time. So we'll have to see, but hello, welcome. Okay. Yeah, we're big guys down there. Yeah, he's right there. So it's I'm guessing we should. I'm doing this blind. Come on. I can out heal him to a degree. Come on. Come on. Aye! Okay. I'm being flunked around a lot here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, I can chill here for a second. Come on. Okay. Come on. There we go! Finally! Oh my god. And I didn't have to deal with these little guys because I have it on passive. Oh my god. Oh. What the fuck is it? Treasure hunters. Okay. Let me move the camera a slight bit. Oh my god. I'm gonna take this stuff off for the time being. Okay. We did it. I'm st I'm stealing. I'm stealing as much coal. Actually. Oh, okay. There we go. Storage vessel. Yeah, we made it. We're here. Search for recent records. You hear a soft whirling of a small machinery. From the deep within the resonator, you hear an echo, growing louder and clearer. The resonator produces these disembodied sounds as if they were in front of you. A voice whispers, "What do you reckon it's here for?" Another voice hisses, "Quiet, damn you! It can hear you. We have to find another around." Silence, then scraping metal on stone, a clicking rhythmic sound drawing closer and fading away. An old man's voice, I heard from him. "Look, you see that? Rubio is not limited to gold. The principle itself scales on greater heights, depending on your tools. When the flux is integrated into the process instead of being the endpoint, what pathways could that open up? And what if we add blood to the mix? Not any blood, of course. My own wretched blood." "Aren't you listening? I said there's too many missing. Sure, we were dying like mayflies, mind you. Some things are a bit hazy for me towards the end." Hold on. It's hazy for towards me toward the end, but even so, they can't just pitch. They can't have all turned. I cannot be the only one. But where are they? That's what it always comes back to. No, they hardly know anything. Of course, it pains me to see them suffer. They're like lost little children, huddled in their homes. But for the best, but it's for the best. It's all for the best. We had all the knowledge in the world and worlds beyond. And what good did it do us? No, leave them to it. Let them think of me as some old mad sorcerer and leave me in peace. Forgive my ramblings. I had lost hope. Honestly, it became nothing more than a goal to chase to keep me sane over these years. But here we are, and here you all are, somewhere out there. The world has changed, but if the archives still stand, and you're hearing this message, well, you must already know this. Come find me, my friends. There's more to discuss. The world has shifted since the old days, and I have yet to find where the archives now lay. I cannot give you a direct path, but I will have maps delivered to some familiar places. If you can find your way to, let's see, Nadia, the Spoils, the Lazaret, Canarals, or perhaps Quiet if you're in further directions. Confident. Oh, right, you're new here. Well, it's not as complicated as it seems. You see, all sounds are remembered. Even this conversation now, like memories in your head, they bounce around within the chamber. Only our memory is flawed and fails with time. In the chamber, these sounds will never fade, and scribes like yourself can listen in and write what they hear. In this way, we have codified all history to be assessed whenever we wish. Understandable, but no, the chamber isn't listening. It's only a retractable. You see that little worm in the corner there? It's hearing everything we say, sending it right to the chamber. A bit unnerving, eh? You get used to it. In desperate times like these, you never know when they might come in handy. Calling for help if something goes wrong, or at least helping us find whatever happened later. Well, let me clarify. The sound isn't exactly written down on a cylinder. We tried that route, but the sounds always got muddled. No, what these cylinders do is provide direction, like a map. They tell the resonator exactly where to find sounds within the chamber, and with that, the resonator synchronizes with the chamber to play the sound, as though it was right in front of you. No accounting for any issues with the bell recordings, though. It's an incredible feat, no doubt about that, and I'm quite pleased to have done my part in realizing and maintaining it. Though at times I can't help but feel monumental of efforts and resources could have been used elsewhere. Second voice responds, "Oh, come now, what could have been more important? Short of the great machine itself. Our libraries are gone, our histories hoarded by nobles or left to the rot. This is the last greatest repository of knowledge in the world, and one that will be preserved for all prosperity. If Flax doesn't succeed, if we don't survive this, these archives will stand tall for anyone who comes after. If Flax doesn't succeed, just who do you think will be left to find this if we fail?" Here we're in a small machinery from the what do you reckon it's here for? Quiet, damn you, I can hear you. Okay. That's done. Can I... Don't think I can place it down. Yeah, I might look into it a bit later. There's multiple floors, so that's good. Okay, that goes up that way. Yeah, there's floor books scattered throughout this whole thing, but I do not have enough space for it. Can I... Okay, I can place books in here. What I'm currently doing is just marking these books in. I'll come back later for them, but right now I am mainly... Yeah. Yeah, like... There's one filled up. what I'm kind of just mainly doing is just kind of collecting books and putting them in the journal for the time being. Hi, little guy. You're certainly stuck. Yeah, there's a lot of... Let's do a quick look. I can easily come back in whenever. But also, thank you, Bio Mike. But oh, okay, that's a quick way to go back out. Ah. It's another hat of sorts. Ah! Fuel probably ran out. Yeah, fuel ran out. So... Okay. Okay. So... Actually, can we... Yeah, it looks like we sort of can in some capacity. No? Okay. I want... That's the exit. There's something I do want to see if I can yoink and take. Because I do have a... No. No, these are... That's not it. I needed to go one floor down. Ah, not too sure. honestly. But I need it downstairs because there's a spot with a bunch of coal, and I have a few free spaces on hand. So I can. Yeah, look, it's a useful resource, so I am gonna just yoink as much as I can. Okay. Do we want to take the long way back home? Or do we want to take the quick way? Because technically, since keep inventory's on, um, less death would take a long time for me to get back to base. Because it would mean us traveling back south and back to base. Yeah. So, let's actually... Yeah, I don't have inventory on, so... I don't have the armor on, so... Oh, you have to be kidding me! They prepared for that. I'll have to do it outside. no, no way! I did not take any damage from that stupid fucking fall. I'll have to go through here to get back up to the second floor. And let's do it off the hillside. Okay, there we go. Right, we need to go one more level up. Hello, you guys. There we go. Don't need that. But we can come back here anytime now. In some manner of means. Will I want to? Maybe not. Mm. It would probably be once I set up like a mod or something like that. Hi, welcome. But yeah, we should be done with that. Um, Actually, I'm curious if we can find some more, because I think I don't have enough. Hold on, let me open up the chest. Eh, I'm just a creature. I'm just a funky creature. Okay, that's okay. And then I think I should be good. Okay. Honestly, I'm curious if there is any. Let's do a quick look about and see if there's any olive vibe just kind of lurking here. Because if there's any olive vibe here, we can probably steal some. Yeah. Okay, we are free from that. Oh, it does? Okay, good to know. So if I ever want to come back over here and it's been a while, I'll have to like prep for another case of just tackling the thing. that a goat? I'm guessing so, but... Yeah, there's your goat. There's your goat. Okay, let's... Yeah, this should send us back pretty quickly. There we go! Respawn. We are back home. Actually, hold on. Yep, home sweet home. Here. Yeah, it could be better, honestly. Hold on, let me... Cause let's go to the treasure hunter and kind of poke him a little bit. But yeah, the archives are technically done for innocence of things. The only reasons why we would probably have to go want to go back there is the coal supply that it has, and the lore books. And those are possibly like the only two reasons why we would probably want to head back over there. I should have brought the a third temple here because I think it requires like 3. Though I think I have an if the merchant over the treasure merchant over here sells it, we could just like buy. Actually, hold on. Oh, never mind. There's the third one. Okay. Let's... Yeah. Here we go. There we go. Let's head. Because there's a... Not only just a trader, but there I did find a teleport thingy. over there, so I'm curious on where that will lead us. There. Yeah. But I hope folks are having a good day today. As good as it can be. Okay. Doing okay. Hopeful on if, just kind of like wondering if I'm gonna have enough, uh, gems and keys for a gotcha game for an upcoming thing. So, there is like a thing I currently want that's in the, gotcha game, but I can't get him. So, I'll have to wait until if the event comes back around next year for me to get a chance to get his, card. Hi. I went to that ruin you mentioned. The structure housed a massive device and a library. I heard a voice there who bade me to seek him out. He gave me a list of names. Quiet. Cardinal. Lazar. I know that one. Strange place, full of stones and monsters. Let me see here. This will show you the way. Spoils. And nothing. Okay. Thank you. Anything else you can tell me about it? It's quite a distance away. You better prepare for a long tour. Perhaps I can help with that. I have an elk I could part with. He's a little companion. How much would it cost if, with the treasure I found? No, I don't. A saddle and bridle. Okay. I'm gonna train the trade on ya. Okay. No? Okay. How far is this gonna be? Okay. Not too far? I mean, it's still far. It's still pretty up north. Yeah, Elk's gonna be good traveling. Where is... There we go. There's a thing I want to try using. I'll have to make a... Yeah, okay. The ocean thing is something that would have to be set up by world generation wise. Let's see. There, I thought I remember there being some other cave entrance that I could use to get down there. I think it's like right over here-ish. Not quite. Okay, I think it's right here. Let's see where this goes. Okay, we're a bit more south. It's fine. Honestly, I expected it to send me some other direction, but if it sent me the right direction, it would have really helped, honestly. Oh, looks like what? Yeah. I'll wait until next spring to start traveling back out, because honestly, going up north is gonna be a pain once fall and winter hit. At least we have a good, decent copper deposit here. Like, it's a decent copper hold. Oh, another nest. So, yeah, there's some more here. That's good. We have a underwater thing right there. Okay. Let's head back. There's a lot of copper here, so that's good. And a good number of saltpeter, spots too. So, don't have to worry about saltpeter all too much. Yeah, there's a good number of saltpeters veins around here. Oh yeah, there's a big one. Holy cow. Okay. We are in a good spot for getting just a ton of saltpeter, which will help out in future shenanigans. And that's just loops. Okay. Let's head back. There. But oh yeah, as you can see, I have monthly the goal back up again, being monthly rent. Saltpeter, it can be used for good fertilizer, but it also helps with sulfuric acid, which helps create sulfate, which basically allows us to make more heavier hides, and with that we can actually create more tougher backpacks, basically. which we will need chromite for. Yes. Mainly, it's not potassium. It's mainly the K element that it tends to drop more. It doesn't drop potassium. It drops more N and K elements. Okay, yes, potassium. Okay, my mind, I never really knew that, so I thought that P would be potassium. Okay. God, it's super weird. So, yeah, we would need more leather. A saddlebag would definitely work out for us as well. Though if we do a sturdy saddlebag, it would help out much more greatly. And then a okay. Yeah, so it's one of those like, what the fuck is things are on. To be fair, those creations were like created a long time ago when words were not the same words that we use now. So it's one of those like, okay, we just happen to have a case. Yeah. Exactly, Oscar. It's they're using teen beats. Okay. Mm. Oh, just a heads up, today's is definitely gonna be a short stream. mainly due to just kind of setting up, like scheduling, so forth. Okay. Yeah. The reason why I'm making it into a short stream is just mainly so I don't get too carried away. It just kind of just making sure. There we go. That will help make sure that's kind of like. Hello, thank you. Honestly, I kind of forgot about like the fact that I started trying to stream on Twitch at like this point in time and so forth, but I might move this belt to. But we have plenty of. Okay. Yeah. There we go. There we go. And okay, let me. Yacht. Actually, I think I can just easily make that. Yeah. Go on. Just as I'll definitely have to make some more windmills. Or set up a new place for the windmills. Okay. There we go. Quick lime. Okay. Oh, that's good. Let's see. Don't think I found any sulfur. No, I have not. I found some chromite at one point or another, I think. But I'll definitely need to look around. It says I found some chronomite at some point. Was it up here? Yeah, there's like some up north that I found. Okay. Ah! Okay. Uh... Okay. That's... Okay, we can make a few different variations of the medallion, so that way we can actually properly claim the elk. No, you're fine. You're fine. Okay, we can make a bridle straight off the bat. We'll have to make some... Hold on. Is it? No, it's not. It's not picky on like what we have to do. I might go for the sawtooth medallion because that one looks nice, and plus it takes the less resources. And saddles, we definitely need more leather for that. Sandbags, that's definitely gonna be needed. Oh, so a trick that is often used is, meteorites are oftentimes in a more circular, grounding area. So if I say, like, head over here, as sorts. Hello, Jam. But if I say head over here to this open field of sorts and look around, the common trick people use to find meteoric iron oftentimes be the shape of the ground. So, like, right now, it doesn't seem like it is, much of a difference in grounding and so forth. But, let's see if we can spot one that's happened to be near, like, somewhere close by and such. We might have to go a little bit of ways. Yeah, buddy! Let's see. There's one right over here. Let's see. Mainly look for circular indents in the ground. If it's kind of more symmetrical in some sense of a circular grounding, and like an impact zone tends to be. So let's see if we can. See if up here has. Okay, so it. So. Okay, that's not it. Yeah. Like right here, if I. Okay, no, that is not it. Yeah, it's a little tricky on kneeling, but if it's too wonky shaped, like right here is not a good example. But yeah, look for like ground indents that look very circular, like very much more circle-like than other spots. And that tends to be where you'll find batches of it. Is just look for circles on the ground, like indents. Best way to describe the appearance, think of like how hot springs tend to be circular, but instead of having water in them, it's just a regular like empty like indent of sorts. Yeah. They're a lot more easier to find in deserts, apparently. Or, like, more flatland sort of ordeals. But. Mm-hmm. But if they're too wonky shaped for indents wise, then there's a good chance that they will not have it. Yeah. But let's head back. I'll have to grab a... It's not Minecraft. This is its own game. I'll have to go back and grab a prospecting pick, because I need to get... Well, kind of based off the mod. It's the whole story with it is basically it was started off as a Minecraft mod, but the creator could not do what he wanted in Minecraft alone, so they kind of just decided to basically go, okay, I'm gonna make my own game, and just proceed to make their own game. Shoot, I need to head back because I might have screwed over the windmills again. Fuck. I should... Maybe. It depends, because I can't remember what the original mod for Minecraft was called before the creator kind of branched off and made it into his own game. I'll just stick around here for a little bit for my base. Let's hope I didn't move. Okay. Yeah, there's... Oh, hello. Kind of, yeah. Basically, the modding system is really nice because you can either actually manually download the mod, or you can just click install and it'll pop up the game, and the game will go, oh, you're downloading the mod? Okay. But, yeah, right now, I am just mainly setting myself up on making a fire kiln. So I'm kind of just... Yeah, there's a good, decent mods. There's some funny mods out there. Again, one of the best examples I could use, which was a funny mod, is so there's these bell enemies in the game which will alert other enemies on your whereabouts if you get close to the bell. Someone changed the bell sound into caramel dancing. So instead of this nasty ringing sound of alert, it's caramel dancing, which is super funny. Yeah, no, there's a mod which changes the sound for the bell monster into caramel dancing. I do not know. I have not downloaded the mod. I saw it in the mod workshop, but I did not download it. It was one of the more... I'll have to try finding it again. Actually, while this is going, I can just easily just do it. Don't mind the screen being kind of frozen. I'm just tabbed out for a second. Because I am definitely going to be... Okay. So it's Caramel Bell is what it's called. Just type down Bell in the text part in the search function. And it is... And the mod literally just adds Caramel by Caramel Sen by Caramel, a 2021 Swedish original, over the bell's alarm, listen, and walk sound effect. While making this a client-side mod would be responsible, sensible, and correct thing to do, I set it to both, so client connecting to server gets this mod too. That way you can prank your friends. Just any time it... I haven't joined any servers in this game. I'm a little too skittish to do so. So I've been mainly doing single player. I've been mainly single playering it. I don't think I'm quite ready for a multiplayer thing, mainly due to the fact that I'm not a combat person. Oh, I'm not worried about the PvP section. I'm more worried about the monsters and such. The default, like... Combat. You can modify the combat. There is a mod or two out there for combat-wise. I just don't like fighting. I'm just not a fighter. I'm kind of more chillax like thing. Like the boss fight we just did like a good bit ago. Yeah. Yeah, monsters and boss health scales on the number of players. Okay. Oh, okay, only the bosses have their health scaled to players? Okay. I do know the storms can get chaotic. That tends to, be a slight bit chaotic-wise. but I'm not quite familiar on how to do so that would probably take some research wise. Okay, that's done. Yeah, so something like that would definitely be a little bit more on the I need to do some research before we get a server going. Cause I wouldn't mind doing like a community server. Like a community server for like us and the stream and such like that. I wouldn't mind. I would just need like an idea of how to set up the server, but also like what mods would be okayed. Server deal. Oh yeah, this game can get very complex in its systems. Yeah. It's kind of this odd complexity where it can be it is complex, but yet they have things set up where you can actually do things smoothly. It's this odd balance that they've managed to do. Alright, that means I can actually get some, like... It goes up the steel. I think the furthest we can get is... Yeah, it's steel. Steel is the top, thing to, progress to. I have not quite... Yeah. Which I am starting to set up for steel making. I have a bunch of iron, and I have a good massive iron ore vein. I'm just setting myself up to make steel. Which I need to... Yeah. I'll have to make a, actual decent charcoal pit. Like an actual proper one, in a case. Let me... Okay, you guys are just kind of like chilling on me. So it takes a kind of kiln. So it takes us making a factory brick. which I have enough for making a tier 2. Yeah. And then I have to make a multitude of things, mainly door, which we need. Oh, I need to make some iron stuff for that. Blocks, and then not the. I want iron door for. Hold on. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's about $20 USD. Yeah, and there's actually going to be an update coming around soon that adds water wheels, so an alternate source of power to help automate things. And there's gonna be another update. There's gonna be an update coming around soon for water wheels and fishes and so forth. This game is kind of like a little bit of a hidden gem. It's been out for a little bit now. Ah, I accidentally. There we go. Yeah. There's also some spooky lore mixed into it as well. There's some lore stuff. Yeah. A cool thing with the lore is if you find it out in the world, you can actually read through it, either by holding the book or scroll and looking through it, or just pressing J and just kind of like just reading through it. Um, it is a kind of it's a semi-restart in the world in a way. There's merchants that you can find, and there is like a city that you'll come across if you go through the story beats. But mainly the whole thing of this world is what's kind of happened was there was this sort of plague known as the rot. Yeah, so basically the lore is there was a case of not only a little bit progression of technology and so forth during the time, but there was a mysterious plague known as the rot, which was slowly decaying folks and so forth. And in order to escape it, they made a machine of sorts to escape it. And while the people who made it did escape, yeah, sure, we can spoil it a bit, but there's actually a really good video out there for talking about the lore stuff. But basically, we ourselves are from the group that people that have escaped the world and the rot. But when we did escape, it took the rot with us in a way, leaving the survivors to start on their own again. But one person who was familiar with the group of people who nearly was succumbed to the rot, rebuilt a kind of a thing to bring us back. And he thought he failed, but in actuality, we did come back over time. And kind of it's if you're not too keen on the lore, you can just leave it alone. Like the lore and story, you can leave it alone if you're not too keen on it, basically. Because in order to actually start the storyline, you have to find a kind of a treasure merchant and kind of interact with him. I have to play Outer Wilds at some point. That should be a streamed thing at some point. But yeah, if you're like just wanting just to build and survive and so forth and just play the game, you can. It gives you that option too. It also gives you a bunch of settings when you start off a world. So like if I save and leave, create a new world, and then customize, you can see here, like they give you a good number of options to create what you want in this in the world. From like world generation stuff to like smaller details and so forth. They're very, yeah. I do have the game Outer Worlds. I just need to make a thumbnail for it and I can start playing it on stream. I'll have to make a thumbnail for it. But yeah, it allows you to customize the world as you can see fit. Yeah. Don't spoil Outer Worlds. Well, as far as I know, it's a time loop game. But yeah, as you can see, it gives you a bunch of options and so forth. I'm tired. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm fucking up the name for the game. I'm just like tired. I might call it honestly, but I got Outer Wilds, not Outer Worlds. My bad. Outer Wilds is the name of the game, which is the time loop thing. But my bad. Again, I'm a little bit tired, and I'm trying to fix up my sleep schedule because next month I'm gonna be doing stuff during the weekend, so no streams during the weekend. Yeah. I'm kind of in the fun progress of adjusting schedules and so forth. So it's a little it's knocking my normal schedule out of whack, which has been kind of like streaming each and every day for about like 4 to 8 hours. So but I've been trying to just kind of fix up my schedule a little bit so that way I have weekends free on like just and so forth. But yeah, I've been streaming for about 2 hours now. So apologies on making it a shorter stream. What I might do, honestly, is making a thumbnail or two, one of Outer Wilds. But I still gotta make a thumbnail for Creature Kitchen because I did get that game. And I think Creature Kitchen would fit really well into like the whole vibe that I'm giving off, like for streaming and so forth, like what I'm bringing. So I gotta make a thumbnail for Creature Kitchen as well, because that game was really cute on the demo wise, and I did spoil myself slightly on what type of cryptids, unlike some of the cryptids that are in Creature Kitchen, and there's one specific cryptid that I actually know a little bit of lore about, because it is a funky little lad, though they made it big in the game. But yeah, I'll stream again tomorrow. I have a speech problem, okay? Specific, I can't. Okay, so the thing about me is some words will just sound like each other because I have a slight speech problem. So, like, specific words kind of elude me at times, while other words just kind of come and go. So, it is a fucking headache at times. But yeah, let me save and leave. We'll set things up and so forth. But yeah, if you like what I do, give me a follow or subscribe and such. I'll stream again tomorrow, and what I tend to stream is kind of more this odd comfort sort of deal of like just having some like background. I'm like one of those streamers just to have the background noise going on and so forth. But yeah, tomorrow I'll be streaming either. Depends on if I get some thumbnails done or not. But depends on when I get set up to. It might be just a random game. It might be more of this game, like Vintage Story and stuff like that. But we'll see. We'll see. But yeah. Everybody have a good day, good night, good evening, whatever it's time for y'all. Um, Again, if you like what I do, you can give me a follow and subscribe. Uh, and if you want to support more in more ways than one, the coffee link is down in the description for anyone that wants to help out with monthly rent. But yeah, everybody have a good one, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.